Hey folks, Jaxzyn here. So I actually just completed the final quest in terms of Armor of the Ancients. That's around my Armor Crafter's commendation. That actually comes as a result of buildings that are active and getting the appropriate drop. So after completing that, several quests including the Halls of Valor and Nel's Lair to obtain the required components to craft the Hammer of Forgotten Heroes, we followed this storyline. So Eliezer Hammerbeard says, Jaxzyn, this is exciting. I have to admit, I've put everything you've gathered into this chest of supplies, and the only place with the power and magic to handle the creation of the final hammer is the Firmament Stone. I believe that blacksmiths of your rarefied skill will know it. I realize that there are dwarf stereotypes out there about smithing, but I really don't care for all that banging and heat. Suppose that is why I followed the scholarly path. Good luck to you. Go to the Firmament Stone in High Mountain and forge the Hammer of Forgotten Heroes. Cool. We're gonna do this. We'll do it this way. Inventory's full. Ooh, I gotta go clean my bags. Alright, so make the jump to the Ironhorn Enclave. That's what we're going to do now. The Enclave is the Firmament Stone. For anyone who's blacksmithing or curious about blacksmithing, it's the location you have to go for essentially all of the blacksmithing crafting gear to utilize or create a demon steel, which was the highest end crafting material. Prior to 7.3, you had to craft it every time at the Firmament Stone. So you had to hop out there when you wanted to start to build any kind of demon steel based equipment. It's a little different as we pushed now into 7.3. In 7.3 we've got Imperium, and that's actually something I'm currently in the process of just maxing out from a recipe standpoint. Imperium is the material that you can mine on Argus, and you can see here the big benefit of it is this Imperial breastplate, and a little bit different than the crafting gear to date. There's actually only one component, so for the plate users it's the chest that you can see right here. You can see it's still pretty costly. Imperium's pretty expensive right now on the market. Sargeras you can pick up from a variety of quests, including your champions, or if you have a buff. The buff, it doesn't show up right there, but it's a shoulder buff, and it drops essentially a cache of light randomly throughout your different travels. I've got it from a lot of raid bosses so far, and it's been pretty useful. So obviously I've created a few Imperial breastplates so far, thrown them up on the auction house, and they go pretty fast. The big driver right now being they start at 885. So you take the time, you upgrade that using Obliterum and then Primal Obliterum, which is something you have to combine Primal Sargeras with, and you can get your primary piece up to a 935 eye level. So somewhat attractive. Like, I'm carrying a 935, but I'm carrying a 935 so that I can get my 4 with my tier set on. This cloak is best in slot, and it always will be, so that leaves me with a limited number of options. Capes out, and then shoulder guards are already at 940, so I'm not going to just throw in a 935 piece to replace a 940. Additionally, we'll see if any of this catches up, but we're reliant on the RNG gods right now, without any better way to say it. So we'll dip down. Now we're at the Firmament Stone. I'm just going to toss out one of these. Sentinet's Beacon of Petrification. Yeah, that's cool. You land it. Button prompts right here. Create the Hammer of Forgotten Heroes. Bam, and that's all you need. So return this case holding the Forgotten Hammer to Hero of Forgotten Heroes to Eliezer Hammerbeard for inspection. You nail that. The quickest way to do that, hop back to Dal. That's going to give us one of our requirements. The other requirements to craft your legendary weapon actually starts to stand up a little bit differently. So Hammer of Forgotten Heroes, we're about to pick that up. Nether Shard Essence, you can actually buy this on the auction house. They're pretty cheap, going for about, I think it was like 8,000. And then Demon Steel Bar, and I have actually been trying to push Demon Steel Bar on the auction house recently. So I'm just going to grab that as it sits today. I might try to cap that up if I can. Nope, it's going to sit where it is. That's perfect. We'll make our way back down to Bronzebeard, and we'll turn in this carrying case, and that is going to provide us with the Hammer of Forgotten Heroes. I'll probably use my Demon Steel ore, but I'll probably... I'm not really sure what I'm going to use yet. Still debating how I want to utilize my last little bit of nether shards. I'm sitting at 23,000. That's pretty substantial. That's a lot of gear actually, so I need to pick up a little bit more material in terms of completing the Nax Victim achievement. That's where you need the greater Cenitax beacons, and you can only really get them from the nether-like components. But there we go, Hammer of Forgotten Heroes. That swaps out rather nicely, and that's how you pick up this critical, essentially tied up behind a questline piece to make your awesome piece of gear. Okay, that's all I got for now, folks. Thanks for watching. If you've got any advice or things I could be doing differently, please take some time, let me know. I appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button or drop a like. Thanks a lot. See ya.